Hey, what's up legends? It's Travis from the Lawn Lab and welcome to our YouTube channel. What's up guys? Welcome back to another video. We're at episode number 10 and we've got something a little bit different going on in today's episode. So we're actually going to be doing a rye oversow on this little patch of T31 here. So it's about 70 square meters roughly. It's looking not the best at the moment. I haven't mowed this area in about 4 weeks. No products, no irrigation, nothing like that. So it's sitting at about 2 inches at the moment, and the T31 tends to top out at about 2 inches and just stop growing. So in preparation for our rye oversow, I actually hit this about 2 or 3 days ago with a application of PGR, which is our plant growth regulator, just to stop that Tahoma growing as much as possible, so we can get it taken back and get this rye oversow going and start mowing some ryegrass. So, all right guys, I won't carry on too much. Let's just get some machines out and start ripping into this. So what I'm going to do first guys, I'll just grab the rotary mower out. So we're just going to start scalping this down and getting it lower before we can get the Mowmaster Verdi out and give it a Verdi mow and thin it out. So basically what we're going to do today is do a full renovation on this area. I'm not going to worry about core aerate in this area today. So it's basically going to be a scalp, Verdi mow, clean everything up, and we've got some fine brown sand coming shortly, and we'll do a top dress before we put our seed down. So guys, I've never done a oversow with ryegrass. I have no experience with cool season grasses or anything like that. So this is going to be a learning curve for me guys. So I guess take what I do with a grain of salt. I'm not an expert when it comes to this side of things in the cool season grasses and that sort of stuff. We work with a lot of cooches and warm season grasses. So, but grass is grass, so we'll give it a go and see how it comes up. All right, let's get into it. All right guys, so scalping's all done. Scalped it down to about, probably 12 mil. So I'm just gonna go grab the Mowmaster Verdi and we'll just thin it out a little bit more with the Verdi mower, whipper snip all our edges, probably hit it again with the little mass port there, clean up everything, blow it all down and get it ready to top dress. So. All right, so you can see how much material that Verdi mower pulls out. Like, you know, if we're being scalped down to 10 mil or 10 or 12 mil and then we hit it with the Verdi, like, it's crazy, like what still comes out of it. So I think when you're doing any sort of renovation, especially when you get to springtime doing your spring renovations and you want to take your lawn right back, I think it's very important to get some sort of scarifier or a Verdi mower, and after you scalped it, give it a hit because you'll thin that lawn right out. So And those Mow Masters, they're on another level, eh? They're just such a good machine. All right, so all scalped back, whippersnipped and edged, cleaned up. So we took it down as low as the little mass port would go, which I would say is 8 to 10 mil, something like that. So yeah, it's thinned right out now. There ain't much left of it. So time to start throwing our sand out. So I've busted out the Eco 250. I was going to do it by hand, but when you got this in the shed, you may as well use it. So, plus my back's a bit sore. So, yeah, throw this out. But yeah, a few things to keep in mind, guys, when you're doing or if you're thinking about doing a rye oversow, being the fact that it is a seed, it needs to germinate. Make sure you're not in your pre-emergent window where you've applied a pre-emergent. So, what are we now? Mid-May. I'm pretty sure on this area, I'm going to say I'll put it down around Christmas time. I'll put some barricade, which is prodiamine. So, looking about up to 6 months. So, we should be coming to the end of that window. So we should be good to go. So, but yeah, be mindful, guys. If you've applied a pre-emergent recently, you probably won't have too much luck getting the rye seed to germinate and stuff like that. So, yeah. All right, let's get on this Eco 250 and start throwing some sand out. All right, guys, so that's all top dress sand spread rubbed in. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to go rake a heap of lines in it, and then we can throw our seed out. So we're going to go down at 4 kgs per 100 for our ryegrass seed, and we've also got our GTS data fertilizer that we'll put down as well. So We'll rake these lines in, and then what we'll do is we'll spread the sand out, and then we'll use the mow master to roll it. That'll help just protect the seed and get it, I guess, get that sand and seed contact really, really well, which will help with germination. So yeah, we'll rub a few lines in and throw some seed out. All right, so I'm going to have to be pretty careful because I've only got a broadcast spreader. Ideally, for this sort of area, I'd prefer to have a drop spreader. It will just go and drop the seed along as I walk it. I should be careful not to get it into this area, all around here. I mean, this area through here, I can spray it out with Roundup later, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, just got to be careful when we're flicking it out. So this was sent from the guys at Tahoma, 31 Australia. So shout out to those guys for sending this rye seed out for me to have a bit of fun with. Let's get it up. Show you guys what she looks like. So, all right, let's get it on. All right guys, so I just spread 3 kilos of seed out. So we got 70 square meters, so 4 kilos per 100 of your ryegrass. So we just did 3 kilos for our 70 square meters. And I'm just going to give it a granular feed of our GTS starter fertilizer. I'm just going to go down at a half rate. So that's, I think you can go down between 2 and 3 kilos per 100. So I've got about a kilo in here. We'll throw that out now. So I thought I'd give you a bit of a recap of what we've done. So our T31 here, we gave it a scalp down to around 10 mil, done 2 or 3 passes with the Mow Master Verdi mower, thinned it right out, and then we hit it again, whip sniffed all our edges, cleaned it up with the Massport rotary, and then we hit it with a light top dress with our fine brown sand. Got that all leveled out. We've done probably, to be honest, we probably only put about a half a cube on this area, which is 70 square meters. And then we got a rake and raked some lines all through our sand top dressing, and we threw out 3 kilos of our ryegrass seed, and we did a half rate application of our GTS starter fertilizer. So, and then just grabbed the Mow Master and rolled that in. That way we get our good seed to soil contact, which is going to help with germination. So, like I said, guys, earlier on in the piece, I've never done this before. This is going to be my first experience with doing a rye oversow, so should be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing the results as they progress. So, but I just wanted to give a shout out to the guys like Ben Sims from Lawn Tips and yeah, can't even think of the other person's name. That's terrible. Brenton from the Aussie Lawn. There we go. I think it's on right on my tongue. You know, shout out to those guys for doing videos on this sort of stuff, so I could take a look at them and do a bit of research and stuff like that. Like I said, we're in a pretty warm climate, so we don't really get a lot of cool season grasses and stuff like that. And to be honest, I've never really seen a ryegrass oversow in a domestic situation this far north. So looking forward to it, guys. So basically the plan will be is to keep this soil, keep this seed nice and damp. We don't want it so it's flooded or anything like that, but I'll probably be doing about 4 runs of my irrigation for about between 5 and 10 minutes each cycle. So we'll do that 4 times a day, probably around 6:30, 7ish in the morning, again at 11 o'clock, again at 2, and then probably about 4:30 in the afternoon until we see some germination, and then we can back things off from that point. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, really appreciate it. Drop a comment if you have any questions, guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel to see new videos, and I'll catch you in the next one. you.